What's talking? That's right, me. So imagine this, the center of the internet, the core of the internet. What is it? Is it YouTube? No. Is it Facebook? No. Is it Reddit? No. Is it TikTok? No. This is a place where people go who write 300-word essays in one message about why Hitler was right. This is a place where old grandmas go who want to say that they aren't on Facebook. This is a place where girls go where they talk about that they got raped when they were 3 years old. I'm talking about a site known as Quora, a site where memes and why does my boyfriend not sleep with me can coexist. Quora, it's genius, it's perfection. And that's why I'm gonna talk about it in this video. But before I begin, I know I was gone for like 8 days. That was because I was camping with my classmates, and that's also why I came up with this video idea. So now you know. So yeah, I'm very excited. This video is a bit different because I'm more gonna react on shit on Quora, just some funny shit I have found, and not really review it exactly. But yeah, I thought it just would be fun. So let's dive in. So the first subreddit thing I wanted to review is relationships. This is where all the juice is at. We got some other good ones coming, but I first want to talk about this one because this one is just so great. Let's see if we can find. Yeah, here we go already. Do you think feminism is killing relationships? There you go. Oh, this should be good. This should be good. Okay. By the way, I'm dyslectic, so I'm going to read this very wrong, but you can also see it on screen now. Yes, from a Chinese perspective, feminism is killing relationships between Caucasian men and women because feminists are teaching women that they do not need men to survive, which in fact is wrong. Also, feminists tend to be lesbians or very ugly and fat, of whom cannot attract a man. Unfortunately, these feminists are brainwashing the rest of the female species to an extent that men are courting my East Asian women. This is what I mean. It's so, God, it's so good. God, I love it. It's so sexy. Oh my God, I have to respond to it. What the fuck? You just get like shit like this. I get like, what makes a relationship last long? Based on my experience. And then you get, do you think feminism is killing relationship? It just takes turns every time. Upvote. Hell yeah. Our best trolling I have ever seen. Boom. Can cheating save her? Ooh, this should be good. Absolutely, always. I've talked to men and women who both said it was the best thing they ever did for their marriage. That's how important. What? I want to see the answers. Oh God. Okay. Can cheating save a relationship? There was a point in my life when I asked myself this very same question. I'll share my ponderations. Don't know what the fuck that is. There was a considerable sexual drive on my will to cheat. Those thoughts were pleasant and seemed feasible when I was aroused, but sad and dangerous when I was not. I deduced that it is normal to fall in love with. What? Holy shit. Okay, I'm not gonna read all of it. So yeah, you should probably not like you shouldn't probably not take relationship advice from me, but I guess it's more fun if I also answer the questions. And I think it's safe to say no, you shouldn't cheat in a relationship. Like, I know it's kind of a naive approach, and obviously it's way more complicated, but no, like I think it's so important. Like, you can have relationships that are open, but cheating is about attacking that trust. And if you attack that trust, then what's the point of a relationship in the first place? So no, can cheating save a relationship? No. All right, that's stupid. If a guy doesn't contact you, does it mean he doesn't really miss you? Fuck, we use the beanie. Can I just react and say yes? Oh man, I love this site. It's so good. A guy invited me out today and I said no to him. But I wanted him to try harder. Why didn't he try again? What? Wait, this should be good. Okay, here we go, boys. Some juicy shit. Probably because he is worried that if he pursued you further, you might still say no, and then 15 years from now, when he's about to land a job or promotion of his dreams, you'd come forward and accuse him of sexual harassment, and he'd lose the position. What? Not that that's ever happened, right? Don't fuck with people. If you like a guy and he asks you out, just say yes. Okay, I don't agree with this. Or let me just say that differently. I don't know what the fuck he just said there. But this, yes. Like, yeah, what the fuck? If a guy asks you out, obviously you just should say yes. Not like, oh, test his strength and how much he wants me. No, that's just fucking playing with him. That's rude and bullshit. Obviously, you should just say yes. Like, what the fuck? I wanted him to get speed. No, okay, downvote. Bullshit. My fiance makes me walk home from work late at night because he doesn't want to be bothered, even though it's a 5-minute drive. Do I have a right to be upset? Ooh, okay. Yes, he's showing you who he is and how he feels about you. He doesn't care. Get rid of him. It will only get worse. Jesus. This is one thing I love about Quora so much. Everybody is just so invested and so just in their ways and so extreme. You have women saying like, I'm gonna say no twice, like just so I can see if he loves me. And then on the other side, you have people like, get rid of his ass, just because he doesn't want to walk with you home. Like, Jesus Christ, are people so toxic? What the fuck? I would say it doesn't matter. Just talk with him about it. Talking is the most important thing in a relationship. Just talk to him and say, oh, I think this is a problem. Why would you go over it? Hey, if he's playing Fortnite, I get it, honestly. Like, you should dump his ass. He's making money all over the world. Like, he's just getting that grind, alright? But, like, if it's not Fortnite, then I don't know. You should just ask him. Like, don't dump him. Like, Jesus. Are you afraid of being alone? Suvadipal. Let's get it. Oh, this should be good. Since I lost my mom. Oh, it's actually. Oh. Well, now I have to read it. I have seen the true faces of so many people around me, and that is why I made a promise to be strong and stand alone for myself. I do not like to be dependent on anyone. But that does not mean I am totally alone. I do have friends and some close family members who actually care for me, and I care for them. So no, I do not fear being alone, but at the same time, I have close ones I care for. By the way, I own a newsletter where I write on life, health, and personal value. If you want to subscribe, check it out. I mean, you do you. I think it's hard for people in those situations to, again, be strong and stand alone for themselves. So if he did that, I guess that's a good thing, right? I don't know how to. This actual serious thing, like, so I don't really know how to. I guess good for him. That's a good thing, right? He looks happy. He also got some strong muscles going there. Goddamn. Why does my boyfriend want to sleep on my thighs? Okay, the next place I want to review is Society. This should be very good. And already from the start, I just love this one. Do we live in a patriarchy? Yes. Next question. Great. Oh, yeah. Fuck. What is that line that people say? Death to the patriarchy. Boom. Why are feminists saying that women are oppressed when in reality men were historically oppressed and abused by society much more than women? Okay, this one should be good. Women are oppressed worldwide. Some women have been beaten and killed for walking around with their faces and hair visible. If we're talking about a specific country, you need to state that in question. Is historically, to think men have been more oppressed than women historically is a level of crazy, even hardcore misogynist would tap into. I'm going to have to assume you're trolling for views. Sorry, I contributed to your twisted game. Here's the thing. I think if he didn't say society and, well, see, here's the thing. Women are more oppressed when it comes to the fact that they are women. Like, they have less rights because they are women. Like, that shit. That's why it's fucked up. I think what he meant here, and Well, no, I don't, actually don't. If he said like not in a society, if he just said in general that men are historically more oppressed than women, because well, maybe then I don't know what oppressed means. But then technically he's right, because there are way more men that got killed in horrible situations, went to war and all that shit. Then technically, yeah, more men have been to way more horrible situations than women. But the thing is that women are oppressed more just because they are women. Those men weren't oppressed because they were men. They were oppressed because they were in war. They were just getting fucked sideways, alright? So it's kind of bullshit. And he says already with why are feminists. So yeah, I think he means it in that way. And then yeah, I agree. It's fucking retarded. Upvote. I love this. It's like Reddit, but it's like so much more juicy. What is wrong with being woke? I already saw one before, but it was way too. Oh, okay. This isn't too long. Let's read this one. It depends on how you define woke. Part of being woke seems to be suppressing the speech of others who disagree with you. Part of being woke seems to be favoring children and their parents approving of the children getting surgeries, of receiving hormones and support transsexualism, that's a word. That makes sense. I think both of those specific things are morally wrong. They could be other parts of being woke, which are the more be permissible. All right, I don't really want to give my opinion on woke, because I don't know shit about basically anything surrounding woke, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So what is wrong with being woke? Like, I think the thing is that in core wokeness, there's nothing wrong with. I've seen it both ways. I've seen woke in the fact of LGBTQ, and I've seen woke in the fact of the government is lying to you. So like both sides are kind of extreme. I don't really know. I think woke itself, there's nothing wrong with. The whole point of woke is like, oh, question, think outside the box, like, thinking higher than others. So yeah, but I think more when it's used, it's most of the time kind of retarded. So I guess that's what's wrong with woke. I don't really want to talk about specific things in woke, because I'm not very good when it comes to basically anything. Oh my god, I just love this one. I didn't even read the question, and why is it that many people oppose calling? What the fuck? How many yas can you do in a fucking sentence? Jesus. Well, y'all kinda want that. Well, I guess I have to do this in one of those accents. Well, you kind of want the folks you reckon to be under y'all, to have positions under y'all, while y'all don't want the people of y'all, if that is possible, having positions over y'all. The whole thing is a mess. I vote for equality. Now y'all want to see all the women not want equality. Ready fathers should be what the fuck? Have equal birthrights when deciding whether to determine a pregnancy. Whoops. Where all the women go. Now let's talk child support. If the man keeps the baby after stopping an abortion, and what the fuck? And what the fuck is he all about? And there goes the rest of the women. Originally, women were tops on the equal rights thing. Now they ain't so keen on the idea. Who the fuck thought he has to be joking, right? Like, who the fuck? Like, what? And I'm still confused. He's talking about pregnancies, right? With men rights over it. I'm just. It probably doesn't have to do with the question, but just in general, I halfly agree. When it comes to pregnancies, yes, I do think that men should have. Well, it's kind of hard, because I don't really know how child support works, to be honest. Like, I think it is if like a dude has sex with a woman and the woman gets pregnant, then a dude has to pay child support, I think. And if that is true, if it's not true, please let me know in the comments, because I'm about to give a rant that doesn't make any sense. But if it is true, on one side I'm kind of like, yeah, men should definitely have rights over pregnancy, because then it's kind of stupid, because it's like, oh yeah, the women can decide if she wants a baby or not, but the man has to pay for it, and that's kind of stupid. But on the other hand, you as a man decide to have sex with a woman, and this is the consequences you can take. So I'm kind of on it both sides. I don't really know. I also don't really care, because I'm never going to have sex anyway. Is the end game of feminism, and feminism, there's a lot about feminism. Is the end game of feminism for women to be dominant ruling gender in society? Okay. I do, by the way, realize that there are a lot of old people or just women in this server. Like, goddamn. Okay. No, we would be happy with not being raped, impregnated by a rapist, raped and beaten by our husbands for getting raped, and then told we have to bear our rapist. Jesus, what the fuck is the rape thing? Also, we'd love to not have to watch our drinks in a bar like hawks, lest we get slipped a date, rape, drug. Also, being forced to carry a miscarried fetus until we're almost dead or actually dead is high on our wish list too. Oh, and forcing a 10-year-old to carry her insane grandfather's shelter is only pretty far on the list, but it's still on myself. Not being sexually harassed. So it appears that you are an either or kind of guy. You want to continue the age-old status quo, look it up, where men rule and women keep on getting screwed in every sense. We'd rather people like you fuck the hell off. Jesus. So angry. God damn. I mean, I do agree with her point. Yeah, like this is obvious fucked up. But I also understand their question. Well, I don't know. It's kind of, I see this with most movements where it's kind of like the main moral behind the movement is always good, but what they actually like, they always go, it always goes too far. Like, it always goes on top, but it kind of has to. That's the thing. That's the point of a movement. You can't like be in a movement and then also say, well, guys, it's going too far now, we kind of have to stop this thing and this thing. If you have to go if you want to strengthen a certain group of inequality, you have to attack the other group. Most movements don't want that, but they do it anyway. That's kind of works automatically. You kind of do that. If you're gonna stand up for women's rights, something is gonna happen that's kind of gonna offend or oppose the other group who stands up for men's rights. It's always gonna happen. It's impossible not to. You want balance in the end game. That's what you want, not this ruling gender in society. No. I believe that most feminists want balance in the end game. But to achieve that, most of the time you have to attack the other side. Because you're so strong in your movement that you kind of do that without even having control over it. That's kind of how it goes most of the times. So I understand the question, but I think it's misinformed. These are words I can't understand, but... like, yeah, I've heard this argument before. Like, bruh, it's the whole point of feminism that women just want to rule the world. And don't get me wrong, some feminists actually want that, and that's kind of fucking retarded. But no, that's not the whole point of feminism. Far off it. It just wants equal rights. Like, and it's kind of attacking the other side, even when it doesn't want to. Some do, and that's fucked up. But yeah, it automatically kind of does. If you're gonna start a movement for men's rights, you're automatically kind of gonna attack movements that are for women's rights. It's the opposite. You both want balance, but you're both kind of attacking each other to get to that point. It's just automatically. I said automatically way too much, but yeah. So I don't know. This is an interesting post, but both sides are kind of retarded though. Like, this is kind of a stupid question, and this is kind of a stupid response. And that, I think, is kind of like, I don't know how to. It's hard. But it's kind of like, I think it gets covered with so much hate against it. And it kind of makes sense. Because if you have to deal with all this shit all the time, I would be angry as fuck too when some person asks a stupid fucking question like this. But, like, yeah, you shouldn't just tell them to fuck off. Like, no, they're just interested in seeing the point. And yes, sometimes they are just trolling. And sometimes they're just idiots. Oh, this is an actual woman. Never mind. But... like, yeah, I kind of understand both sides a bit, but this is what happens if you want equality. That's gonna happen. So, yeah, that's my argument. I'm probably wrong, but yeah, I don't know. What does society distrust men more? Oh, this should be good. A lot of feminism and men things. I don't know how to... Meninism? Something like that. Why does society distrust men more? Because since the 1960s, feminism has basically been slandering men, calling them abusive, misogynist, pedophile, sexist, racist, and countless other things. Yeah, this is what I kind of talked about earlier. Yeah. While by extension making themselves women look so good by contrast that they're incapable of atrocities and sociopaths like Amber or Jada Pinkett Smith, who literally flew under the radar every day because nobody expects daddy little princess to shoot and kill 4 men who cut off a man's privates and throw them into a blender and laugh. What? Well, I don't know about that last part, but yeah, it's what I said earlier. And that's why I kind of understand some people being pissed off about these movements. Same goes for the LGBTQ. Some people think it's too extreme and too toxic and it attacks the other side. And yeah, if you don't want anything to do with that, I could understand that it's kind of annoying if you're a white straight man and you just get fucked every time because you're a white straight man. But I'm okay with it because I feel like it's necessary. Well, I should have started this because it's kind of hard to say, but like, I mean, like, I'm okay with it. Like, if a feminist movement is automatically attacking me in some way, that's about to happen. I know I said this like multiple times, but yeah, obviously. So, but I'm kind of okay with it as a man because I feel like that's way more important. I care way more about all the rights of women being approved and then me getting like a bit offended maybe that I'm being called a pedophile because I'm a man. Like, I don't give a shit. The whole point is that we both stay strong, right? That's the thing. Like, so I don't know, when I hear these arguments like, oh, because men are being called abuser, yeah, it's true, but like, it shouldn't matter that much to me, at least, as a man. Like, it's kind of, I don't know. I don't know how to talk about that, but yeah, I don't know. Like, it's important for those movements. It's about to happen, so I don't know. I don't really care. What are some unwritten social rules everyone should know? This should be fucking good. Oh, it's already 3. Okay, here we go. What's the first rule? Never hold your phone in your hands while talking to somebody. Keep it in your bag or in your pockets. Holding your phone in your hands while having a face-to-face conversation signifies that you are uninterested or not fully invested in the conversation. Agreed. Yeah, it's kind of rude to like be on your phone while somebody's having a conversation with you, and it's becoming more normal. I don't know when I heard it, but I feel like a few months ago, like in a random video, I heard that some person said that, and I saw it more and more, that is, I guess it's normal that people go on their phones during a date. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, that's kind of weird. And same with TikTok and all that other shit. It's so normal these days to be on the phone all the fucking time. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I went on camp for like 8 days, and I feel like I felt kind of happy that I didn't have my phone. I'm not addicted to my fucking phone. We still had like 1 hour per day to be on our phones, and I used it like 10 minutes to just see if I got messages, and then I already threw it away. Like, I don't care about my phone as most other people. I mean, that like 1% that just doesn't give a shit. But I do agree, yeah. Like, I know that's not what this is about, but like, yeah, I think like use of phones in that way. It when you're talking to someone, just put your phone away. You can look at it any other time. It's like every person has an addiction at this point. I think it's kind of insane. But yeah, what's the second rule? Never stare at someone under any given circumstances. What? Share good eye contact for a brief. So say taking a glance is okay, but never stare. I don't know. It could be sexy, like. I don't know. Parents stare at their children all the time. Boys stare at cute girls all the time, and cute girls stare at cute boys all the time. Like, I'm okay with stare. Yeah, I get what the person is trying to say. It's a bit weird to just stare at people, and indeed, like, a glance is different than just a fucking stare. But I don't think it's like one of the social rules, but I don't know. Try not to laugh when somebody shares their thoughts with you, especially when you don't know them very well. That's disrespectful. Yeah, agreed. Upvote. Yeah, for the rest, I think it's fine. Yeah, I agree with this. I feel like most people nowadays don't even fucking know these rules exist. I also think it's just kids these days, and I think it's actually just kids all these days. Like, especially now, I sometimes talk to people and I'm like, how the fuck do you not know? Like, this is just like disrespectful, or like unadulterish. I don't know how to say that, but yeah, I should be the last person to say this though, so I probably should just shut the fuck up. But yeah, I guess, yeah, only the second rule I don't really agree with, but should it be like a social rule? But for the rest, yeah, sure. So yeah, I kind of wanted to talk about a few more places in Quora, but I realized that the video was taking way too long. So yeah, I got another video coming up in a few days, so don't worry about that. This video is just a bit more experimental, so please let me know in the comments what you guys think, and if you guys want to see more about, well, stuff like this. Maybe not only Quora, but just react or review stuff like this. Yeah, thanks for you guys for waiting, and I'll see you guys in the next one.